channel. It's Tammy from greentdesignco, and today we are working on my Adopt a Newbie swap tutorial number 7, and we're going to be making some more ephemera to put in our pockets. Yesterday we did our the first ephemera, and we added the bag toppers. And today we're going to do a couple more. So we're going to do bows, and these are what our bows are going to look like. And so what I did was I die cut out some of these cute little bow dies, and then I also die cut another in the gold. And if you can see on this die, see there's like a stitch around that. And so what I did is I just trimmed around the stitch that off. And so what we're going to do is we're going to glue that on just to add an inner layer. And let's get started. So first we're going to glue. I'm using my Barely Arts glue. I'm going to glue this gold piece onto the gingham. And we'll put that right on here. That gold paper is very, very shiny. So I make sure it's inside. I'm going to take my Teflon bone folder, and I'm going to get a little bit of glue on that, so we'll wipe that off. But let me find it. Just to buff that off. Okay. All right. So there's that one, and we're going to do the same piece to the bow bottom. All right. Again, we're going to put it inside that stitch line and make sure that's burnished really good. Spread that glue out. Put my pin back in. All right. So the next thing I do, so make sure it's dry, is I take my bone folder and I just kind of run the bone folder under the paper just to kind of give it a curl, break down those fibers in that paper so it bends easy. And this one we don't need to do that. Then bend back these tabs, and we're going to add some glue. And again, I'm using the Polkadoodles Winnie Summer Delights collection, and it is a digital collection that I printed out, and that is listed down below. And a little bit more glue for this side, and get our bow. All right, so that's glued on. Now we're going to glue our string here. Going to glue our bow to our bottom. That on there, good. And now we got our finished bow. So cute. And then I like to add, this is just a little piece of this iridescent eyelash trim. So just kind of fluff it up a little bit. And then I just run it in a ball. Just roll it in a ball and add a little bit of this hot glue and put that in the middle. And there we go. We have that in the middle then. And we're going to add a little bit more glue, and I'm going to add one of my little iridescent pink gems that I got at Michael's. You get like a whole big container of them for like $9. And it comes with the white and the pink. Push that down in the middle, and there we have our finished bow. So this embellishment is done. So we have 4 bows, and those will go in the pockets. So that's these. I'm going to put these back in the tray here. We're going to move on to the next embellishment. The next embellishments are these cute little rosettes with the Winnie girls that I printed and cut out. So this is what they're going to look like, and we're going to do one together. So I'll put this over here on the side, and here's all the pieces I'm using. I have a rosette that again is cut out with a die cut from the paper collection. Another little piece of that eyelash trim. I've got some of that pink vellum paper that I got at Hobby Lobby, and this is just part of the scraps, and I cut little banners out of them, flag banners. And then I've got a little cute Winnie that I've cut out and print and cut out. I die cut out a primitive heart out of the paper collection. And this is just a piece of like an iridescent, this is a tablecloth I got at Walmart, and it has like a white backing on it, but I peeled it off like when you peel off a napkin. I just peeled it off and just using this little paper. I love this paper. So, and then I am going to also use these clear stickers, and these are Happy Mail word sheets, and they are from my Etsy shop, and I'll have those listed down below. And like I said, they're just clear stickers. So let's pick out a phrase. We'll do that first. So I used with love, thinking of you, and gorgeous. How about sparkle and shine? I like that. So you can see it's a clear sticker. I'm just going to put that on. Use my tweezers so I can get it where I want it. I'm just going to put that on this vellum paper. And then I'm going to burnish it down so it sticks real good. And then that's what that looks like then. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue on the end of here. Whoops, this off camera here, on the end of that. And then I'm just going to kind of offset that a little bit so it looks like that. So we got our banner ready. All right, now let's put these together. So the first thing I did is I just cut a square of this. Again, this is a tablecloth, and it's just a disposable tablecloth. I got it in the party section at Walmart. I'm going to add a little bit of glue in the middle here. And I'm going to add this in the middle. Press that down into there. So that's what that looks like. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut just inside those little dots that are cut out of the rosette. So I'm just cutting just right inside. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just going to be a little bit of color behind there. So you can see, so that's what that looks like then. And just trim that out. And then also what I did was I just went through each of these in these little grooves and trimmed a little bit of this, just to make it more of a fringe. So I think that's the last one. So now it's just a little fringy now. And then I'm going to take my heart and I'm going to put a little pop dot on the back of that. So it pops up, and peel that off. I'm going to add just a little dab of glue to, just add a little bit of glue to that heart, and then put that right in the middle on top. Press that down good. So we got that. Then I'm going to add our little phrase. Again, I'm going to put a little glue, just a little bit of glue on the back there, and put that just in the middle there so you can see it. Now I'm going to take another pop dot, and again, I like to use, these are my Tim Holtz mini snips, and they are a Teflon scissors, so I really like them because they cut through this sticky stuff and they do not stick to your scissors. I love that. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue here, or double-sided foam tape. Yeah, put that piece right there. And we're going to get that ready. Again, I'm going to take this, kind of fluff it up a little bit, and just ball it up. So I've got a little ball of that. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here in the middle, and then add this to right there on top of that little phrase and underneath this girl, and so that will be underneath our little Winnie girl. So let's peel these little tapes off, add a little bit of glue, and I'm going to put her right there, press her on down. And there we have our finished embellishment. Isn't that adorable? So these are so cute. I love these little Winnies. There's that one. There's that one. It's this cute little girl. And then here's that little mermaid one that we have on the cover. So there's our third embellishment, and we will do one more in this video. So this next embellishment are, you know, I love to make these little envelopes, so we're going to make a few of these envelopes. This time we're not going to add the wax seal like I normally do, but these are what we are making. And they are shakers, so I have shaker bits inside there. So this is what we're going to do for this. And again, this is another piece of that tablecloth, and I die cut that out with the envelopes. Here's the little envelope. I have another little piece of this eyelash trim that we'll use for that. And I need my flowers. I don't know what I did with my flowers. Let me grab one. We'll add another little flower. And I had little leaves too. What did I do with the little leaves? I don't see that. So we'll have to make a leaf, and I'll show you how I make these leaves. All right, let's do that first. So the first thing I do to make my leaves is I take my seam binding, and I dyed this seam binding, and I fold it down like at a angle, like a right angle there on both sides, but I kind of bring this piece over to the other side so it makes a triangle, and then just trim it. And then I add a little bit of glue to the bottom here. And I bring that in and pinch. And then you get a little leaf. It's real easy. And just pinch and hold it until the glue dries. The nice thing about this Barely Art glue is it dries really fast. So there's a little leaf. So we'll do it one more time. Gonna take this and fold our seam binding down, and then we're gonna fold this one over to make a triangle, and then trim it and add a little bit of glue, and then pinch these ends together. And I kind of like pinch and twist, so it makes a little leaf. So let those dry a minute. And while we're doing that, while we're doing the rest of this, so next thing I do is I glue on this little flap here. I glue out on the bottom 3 flaps, or the 2 side and the bottom flap. So there's that. Right up to the score line. And here, right up to the score line and that whole flap there. Okay. And my pin. All right, and then I put this little tablecloth piece, this iridescent piece, on here. I can get it here, come on. There we go. So I left the whole top open. So then I take my bone folder and make sure I press that in really good so that it's gonna dry and stick, because we don't want any of our pieces to come out. And then on this side, get that really good. All right. So now we have that, and we're going to let that dry just a minute. And here's a little bit of this. I have some shreds, some sequins, and some little star glitter that I put together. And we're going to grab my little Dollar Tree spoon. And that should be good. I'm going to kind of bend this up here, and then this is open right here. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and put it right inside. There we go. That's good. Close that up. Make sure everything's pushed down inside. So now we have that little, you see all that shred down there at the bottom. Now I'm going to take my glue again, and I'm going to go just around the outside edges here, so I can seal these edges so none of this stuff comes out. All right. Now I'm going to press this down into into that. And make sure that that seal's closed, because we want that sealed. I'll just hold this on here, press that down with my bone folder so I have even pressure. And then that way none of our little sequins and things are going to come out. So alright, so now we have our little shaker. Now we're going to take our, grab, I need a, whoops, sorry, hit my camera there. I need another glue stick here. But now I'm going to take this and fold up the bottom, and I'll put a little hot glue on the edge here. And fold that over and hold that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Add a little bit of hot glue here. And fold this side over. And we have our little envelope. Those are so cute. I love this die. I got this die at AliExpress, so I think I have it listed down below. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim these now just a little bit. Trim some of that off because we don't need that big point there. So these are those leaves we just made. Alright, and then what I like to do is add a little dab of glue. And take both my leaves and I'm going to just set them in that glue like that. So I got those. Then I'm going to do the same thing I do with all the other ones. I'm just going to roll this up, kind of ball that up. That eyelash trim, and I got this eyelash trim at Hobby Lobby. Put a dot of glue there, and I'm going to add that to the top of those leaves. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue on the back of this little flower. And I believe this is, it's either a Prima flower pack or, what is that, Paper Studio? It's just a little flower. I can't remember. I've had these in my stash for a while. So add the glue there, and then we're done. If you have a little sentiment, you can put little sentiments on here. This file also does come with these little papers, and I cut these out of vellum, and they fit nicely right into your envelope. But I figure if I put them in there, then you can't see the shaker that we made. So I didn't put them in there this time. So you can do that. So there's our third embellishment. So here's our embellishments we made today. We got the envelopes and the rosettes and the bows. And they will go into our pockets when we get ready to package up our embellishments for our embellishment book that we made. All right, we will see you on the next crafty video. Bye!